nice to live in a world where you could just do whatever you want without consequences? I'm sure there are some of you out there screaming internally, maybe externally, I wouldn't mind, at that thought. But just imagine, what if you could do anything you wanted? What would you do? I, for one, would go get rid of all of the people that annoyed me, right? Top of the list is JJ, my roommate. After all, how many sleepless nights did I have because of her? And why stop? Why only do the petty things? Why not go for the big things where it's like, oh, you ignored me my whole life, so you'll never ignore me again. Or, you never gave my pencil back in 7th grade. Now you'll never write again, because I have your hand. Why stop there, though? Why not get angry at the entire world and take it out on the entire world? Remember your training. Baby steps. We can't start with the world. Let's start with the state, shall we? If I take over the entire state of California, which, again, isn't aiming small, but if I were to take over the entire state of California, the next logical step is to take over another state, and another state, and another state, until eventually I've taken over the entire United States. And then, from there, I can take over country after country after country, and then I'll have taken over the world. You never start big, you always start small. Remember your training. So why do so many villains start big? Doesn't tell a good story. Then you have the conflict between, do I do the emotional route, or do I go the logical route? Do I do revenge? Or do I go for bettering the world, just with my ideas instead of theirs? How do you choose what kind of route you're going to go when you go villainous? In college, I was more emotional. I got angry at my roommate, and so I destroyed her things. I should have just destroyed her. Gotten her kicked out of school or something like that. So why was I focused on her? Guess I'm getting to the question of motive, aren't I? And I guess that's the question that a writer would ask. Ugh, she's rubbed off on me. So how do you start thinking like a villain? How do you get into their head? And how do you make sure that those villainous tendencies take over? So you can then become your truest form, your truest villainous self. And moving on from stealing laptops and throwing them off of the roof of the science building. And then moving toward preparing to take over a state. Although perhaps I should start with just a company. I guess it depends what my motive is. Am I trying to make the world better through the law? Do I want money? What do I want? Isn't that the question everyone's asking? What do I want, and what am I willing to do to get it? I guess we'll find out, won't we? I'll see you next week.